That's hot. Oh, yeah.
Fitzy and
Sweet as.
Wippa.
Happy Thursday, guys. It is Fitzy and Wippa with you on Nova. Welcome to the podcast. We have been accused as Australian men as not being high up in the rankings for the romantic stakes.
That really, what's the word? Shits me. And the reason I say that is, great example, Lisa's birthday not long ago. I gave her a 10 massage pass for a full body slide naked massage. She hasn't used one of those vouchers.
Why do you have to be naked?
Because it's from me. So it's not at a proper massage place. It's for me to give her a massage. She hasn't used one of those vouchers.
Talking about romance, mate.
Yeah.
First date, you took her to Chinatown and you smashed 14 pork buns. You were crook as a dog.
They were really good.
You were in a relationship at the time.
No, I was not.
You were.
I was not in a relationship.
You were trying to impress her. And that is not a romantic night for me, mate.
What would you know?
That's why you and I have never got married.
Stay out of it, you face.
That is not. Did we beep that? Yeah, well done, Macca. That is.
I'm
just
not happy
fine.
with this at all.
And this is why,
I'm out, mate.
unfortunately, the Europeans
I
are
quit.
just absolutely slaying us in the romantic stakes, fellas. We need to work on this. That's in the podcast.
The Fitzy and Wippa podcast.
Very disappointed with this article I stumbled across, and if there's any blokes listening, the call is that Aussie men are not romantic at all. 13 24 10. What have you done recently, blokes? Stand up for Aussie men if you've done something romantic or a lovely gesture that you played out for your loved one. What was it? Defend us here.
I would love to hear from ladies from different countries, though, who have come to Australia, and where do we rank in the romantic standings?
That's the problem.
13 24 10, girls, if you are from another country. How do the Australian men go? Are you impressed?
This woman here is a traveller, and she's recently been in Australia, and she decided to document the difference between Aussie men and European men. And she's used screenshots as an example of what Aussie men would write to her compared to what the European men would write.
Oh, no. Are we a lot more forthright?
We're just a little bit more blunt.
Less
you might
loving.
say. Yeah, less loving.
Like, you think of your French and your Italian men, they're very romantic and give you a lot of feelings.
That's the thing, says. So I'll go one for one. So we'll start off with a quote from a European man. This is what he sent to her. I wish I could always be with you forever.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, but see, there's a hint of sleaze to that as well.
No, I mean, in text like that, I think it's quite nice compared to the Aussie bloke who wrote, beers go well with babes. Tops off? Question mark.
Sure. God, she must have met the roughest of the rough.
Just awesome.
Oh,
Let's
my
jump back
gosh.
to Europe, where the man wrote, you will always be in my heart. The Aussie bloke in this screenshot says, who gives an F about you? Why don't you get over here and have a good time?
See, but you know what?
That's the wrong guy.
This is the thing, and you're taking certain conversations. I would trust the Aussie guy more than the Italian guy or a French. I don't know. They're after one thing as well, Sarah.
As opposed to Aussie blokes who aren't after anything other than a handhold Fitzy.
Love.
Jump back to the European man. I'm melting with the photos of you. I'm melting with the photos of you. Back to the Aussie guy.
I'm melting in the sun.
All right, stop asking me SHIT questions. Get over here.
Again, they're just, I guess the Europeans are a bit more overt.
Come on,
Whereas
guys.
Aussies
but
just...
see,
Are we better than that?
That's only a small category of guys that are. They're not all like that.
The Aussie guy too.
That was about my fifth text. to
Sure,
BJ.
sure.
There were some really lovely ones before that.
Sorry for stealing your phone yesterday.
Grab us a Snickers.
Do you know what? I went out for dinner when I was quite young with a group of people, and there was one bloke who was British, and he was kind of swami, cheesy kind of guy, probably had a roll neck skivvy on.
I'm thinking Hugh Grant kind of.
Yeah, Hugh Grant kind of guy.
Yeah.
And there was a girl at the table who was quite attractive, and everyone was there trying to make conversation with her. Halfway through the night, he turns to her, and all the blokes are trying to get a laugh, trying to impress her. He turns to her and says, you have the most beautiful eyes I have ever seen.
Oh, was he Cockney?
I think he
Was
was.
he Oliver Twist?
Cleaning chimneys
Shine
later.
your shoes for you.
You have the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen.
Could you do it with like a James Blunt or something?
How does he do it?
He's
You have
very posh.
the most
You have
beautiful
the
eyes
most-
I have ever seen.
Yes, that's better.
And she melted.
Yeah.
And I think Aussie guys aren't traditionally prepared to lower themselves to those kind of typical cheese lines.
Be
So
vulnerable.
therefore they try to be a little bit more upfront to be able to go, hey, here's what I'm shooting for. You in?
All right, can we go to Katie in Westmead? Do you think Aussies are romantic or Australian men, Katie?
Not romantic in the slightest.
Oh, no. Katie, what's your experience been?
My boyfriend here, it was our first Valentine's, and he didn't get me a Valentine's card.
Oh, man.
Not into the commercial stuff.
Yeah, but did he say anything that really impressed you early on, Katie, or is he's pretty basic?
When I compare it to other men, it's very low. I feel that the Aussie men, they just can't get in touch with feeling vulnerable and appreciating.
You hear that feedback about intimacy as well, where European lovers or an Italian man or a French man in particular, he'll take sort of 10 minutes to caress her head before moving in for the kiss.
What?
Where
Where are you getting this from?
the Aussie guy's just trying to squeeze it in at half
Well,
time.
Katie, can I ask
That
you
is a
then? Is there
horrible
a certain nationality that has impressed you over the years, Katie?
So I've known some French men, and they're very over the top. But the French, the Italians, they can be very full on. But actually, the Spanish are
The
very
Spanish, the
charismatic.
bullfighters.
Spanish, yeah.
Yeah, they're very charismatic. Think Miguel, Maestro.
Yeah, a great kisser. And can do a beautiful paella. Katie, thank
You
you.
want mussels or chicken with your paella? He is hot.
Yeah.
You've got to give it to him. Steve in Peakhurst, what is the last thing that you've done to impress your wife, Steve?
Mate, during COVID conditions, I organised a secret sort of 40th birthday for her.
Oh, well done, Steve.
Organised grazing packs, all the parties.
See, that's romantic.
Ricotta cheesecake, and it went to 8 different groups within her family and friends. It all got delivered, and as it got delivered, the delivery guy picked up her gifts, and I organised a Zoom party so that
See, that's romantic.
everyone could connect
This is
online.
beautiful.
And
You're representing Australia here, Steve.
Thanks,
That's
Steve.
what I like.
I mean, I'd never do
please.
it, but go on, Steve.
yeah, so it was in the detail. I made sure that whoever had kids had some kids soft drinks or kids wine. I got that non-alcoholic sort of sparkling wine stuff, and the women had a bottle of prosecco, and the guys had a six-pack.
Let's be honest, though, Steve. You only wanted one thing at the end of the night.
Yeah,
didn't
for
you?
her to be happy.
Oh, mate, I think at my age it was just sleep, to be honest.
You're listening to the Fitzy and Wippa podcast.
Maddie in Penrith, what did you want to say, Mads?
Hey, have you seen that picture of the guy walking his kids on a leash?
Oh, yes, I have seen this. He's got about 5 kids, and it looks like a professional dog walker, except they're kids.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Like, I can't believe anyone puts one kid on a leash these days.
Maddie, I saw this, and I thought, looks wrong, makes sense.
Or your kids don't run away as...
Some people do. One of my girlfriends has her kids they have backpacks that have leashes on
Yes.
it.
Yep,
So
yep.
when you go to the zoo or something, you hold on to
Like,
it.
if you've got 5 kids, and they're in, like, a shopping centre or something, Maddie, aren't they?
Yeah, they are in the picture.
So they would be running everywhere. If you put
Yeah,
5 down,
totally.
it's like how scary it can get when you go to the beach and then you just dump them down on the sand and 3 kids run in 3 different directions and you're the only one there and you go, my God, who do I save first? Maddie, it's not a bad
I have
idea.
20-month-old twins and a 5-year-old, and none of them are leashed. Like, I just talk and run with them or scoop one up if they're not behaving. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe my kids aren't that bad. I sometimes think they are, but I can't just imagine just having 5 on lead.
I'd get a leash, for
me
sure.
too.
A couple of hockey straps, maybe. A few tow ropes.
BJ lost Huey at a Royal Easter show once, and she said it was the most nerve-wracking. That was
terrifying.
Horrible.
Around about 45 seconds. I wish I was there. I was out with my other family. I had to take them on the rides. But yeah, she said it was that moment where you are yelling out the name and you're not getting anything back.
We were at a part of an airport one time, and there was only one exit, and we lost Ted. So I just went and stood by the exit, knowing that there was only one way out of here. So if someone was going to take him, or if he ran out himself, he had to go out this way. So you go and look, and I'll just guard the door.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
Well, obviously you found
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, he was
At
on
the
his way to
door?
Paris.
He'd booked a first-class seat. He was drinking champagne. He was enjoying some soft cheeses, actually, says. But he had a great trip.
Denise in Wilberforce. What did you want to chat about, Denise?
Good morning, guys. Yeah, I just wanted to chat about you hype up the swimming in the Commonwealth Games, but what about those Aussie Diamonds? They are legends. You know what? They haven't won a game. They haven't lost a game yet.
Diamonds haven't lost a game.
Undefeated.
So-
No,
Can I?
It's massive.
Sorry for being ignorant here, but the Diamonds are our netball team?
yeah, they're our netball.
Yeah,
team.
yeah,
They
of
haven't
course,
won
mate.
one game yet.
Yes, okay, because what is our we got the Matildas, we've got the Diamonds.
The Diamonds.
Do the baseball girls or the softball girls have a name,
Yes,
Sarah?
they are the
They used
Echidnas. Are they the
Do
Echidnas?
you know that for a fact?
And what about...
I think it is.
Because I was watching the T20 last night
Oh,
as
the
well. We got the
Bilbies.
cricket. The crickets? Are they named anything, MDG?
Just the Australian women's T20 team.
Okay, right,
Not
okay.
particularly exciting.
So
but
not tied into any cute Australian native animal?
I think we've run out of cute Australian
Haven't we
animals.
got sapphires? Isn't
we
there
got
a
a sa-
sapphire?
Yeah.
No, they were a dancing group from the
No,
war.
they were the Sapphires. The softballers are the Aussie Spirit or
the Spirit.
Dingaroos.
Dingies.
Great
dingo.
name.
Oh, look, they keep dropping the sport from
I mean, at least
international events.
we
for that
have
reason.
the animals. New Zealand just have to do variations of a fern.
Yeah,
the silver
they
ferns,
do.
the black ferns,
Yeah.
the tall ferns, the large ferns, the fat ferns. I mean, it's very difficult.
Yes.
Hey, so
true, mate.
Denise, our biggest
So true.
rivals are New Zealand and England with this. They're the only ones that can go up against us, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Well, the Roses, the English Roses, are the ones that won gold medal the last time
Right.
they competed in the Commonwealth Games. So hopefully they can do it this time. They've got the team to.
Denise, good to get an update on the netball. Call back with some news on the Swifts
It
if
is
you
a
can.
brutal sport. The elbows, the girls, and I mean, they're jumping and running so fast, but when they go for that ball and put their elbow out,
Oh, yeah.
there's stitches regularly on a netball court.
Yeah, it's mad. It's absolutely mad.
Rachel.
Thanks, Denise.
Rachel from Peakhurst, what do you want to chat about, Rach?
Hi guys, yeah, yesterday you guys were talking about quietly quitting,
Oh, yeah.
and I actually tried to quit my job about 2 weeks ago and my boss said no,
Okay.
so I decided to just accept the job, and he's actually going to Europe in 2 days, so I'm just going to send him an email after he's gone.
Saying I've gone
Quietly quit
too.
that way.
So quietly quitting was the idea of actually maintaining your job, though, Rach, but not prioritising it.
This is my idea of quietly quitting.
Right.
Can I ask what industry you're in, Rach?
I'm actually a nurse.
You're a nurse, okay. And is your boss one of the major reasons you want to get out of there, or?
Yeah, he's one of the reasons. Yeah, he's the director of the department I work in, and
He's
we're
not
kind of
nice.
short-staffed, which is why he said no, but
Right. He's a stinker, is he?
I'm going to do it anyway.
What do you want to do, Rach? Like, where do you go from there? You got a side hustle? You want to pick up something completely different, or?
Yeah, I just started studying teaching,
Oh, great.
so I'm just doing a complete change in industry.
Well, Rach, my sister was in sort of the finance world, and then she took up teaching, and she loves it.
Is
Can't
she
get enough of it.
Younger children, or does she specialise in a certain subject?
No, younger children,
You
preschool.
don't know anything about your
Yeah,
sister,
I
do
do.
you?
Is she single?
She's got a man, Matt. He looks like you. They have a child. So I'm so sorry. You're also married,
Saying that's a
which is
chance.
going to cut you out. A 1 in a million.
Do you know,
She does. She teaches up to grade 6.
Do you know years and years ago when
Yeah.
MDG was
Yeah, I
single
know about
and
it.
you I know
knew about it.
It was so close to
No, it wasn't.
happening.
I
Remember
know.
that?
Yeah,
Seth?
it was so
That's,
close
that's
to happening.
from your side of the coin. You thought it was close to happening.
No.
I was across it from the word
Kate
go.
said that she
Kate
was
was,
going to
Kate was up
She
for
was
it.
never going to do it. We were going to double stitch De Groot back.
You keep thinking yourself. You keep thinking to yourself that that's true,
It's
mate.
completely across it. De Groot, you would never ever make out with
So
any
the idea
family member of mine.
was that I was going to be in the boardroom, wasn't I? Just kissing your sister, and you were going to walk in thinking a meeting was there. And I just, for all of my life, will never not be disappointed that I didn't get to see your reaction to that. Never not be disappointed.
Probably would have ended up fairly ugly. I could have lost my
Oh,
job.
You would have Arakaned me,
As
would you, mate?
You can never backfist somebody on the
Hey,
workplace.
can you stop? Can you stop kissing my sister and come at me really slowly with your right hand? I'll block it and then I will kick you in the groin.
And then he would have received a swift kick to the old Kanaka bag.
No, that was too fast. Do it
Do
again,
it again.
and a little bit
Left
slower.
arm. Left arm, please. That's funny, Matt, to laugh about, isn't it? That's really good stuff. All right. Great start to
All
first
right,
up.
I like Rach. Rach quit her job. I mean, that's a big thing to do in her life, and she
Yeah.
deserves the ultimate wine experience by Penfolds. Venture Beyond. All yours, Rach.
Oh, thank you guys so much.
The Fitzy and Wippa podcast.
Casey Chambers, love that lady. What a voice. Still performing and still selling a lot of stadiums. Like, she's doing really, really well. She has a majority of her family up on stage with her in her band.
Hey, what an ambassador for Australia.
You know, Casey's just come out with a cover. And when I first heard it, I said, oh, no, this is going to be a disaster. So she's done an interview and said Eminem has been one of my favourite songwriters for many years. We listen to a lot of him in our house. I've been mostly influenced in my life by writers who bravely put fearless emotion into lyrics, and no one does it better than Eminem.
Wow.
So she's decided to do Lose Yourself. Eminem, you would have to say Eminem's greatest song.
Yep. But when you have songs so big, and you see this quite often on talent shows, you know, where someone might come out and they will sing a really iconic song that maybe doesn't match their genre.
No.
And the judges will go, you never attempt that song.
Oh.
You never, ever go for that song.
And over the years, I remember when do you remember when Frente did Bizarre Love Triangle by New Orleans? Like, when they slow songs down, majority of the time they don't work. Sometimes they do. Casey's done Eminem's Lose Yourself on a banjo.
Makes me nervous.
It made me nervous too. I'm going, oh no, what
Casey,
are you
careful.
doing?
Just be so careful.
Now, the song actually, she's been performing this in a live act when she's been travelling around Australia, and it goes for 8 minutes. So the band comes in, but I'm just going to play the start with her on the banjo. It goes for a couple of minutes, but this I've watched this 20 times. It's unbelievable.
His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already, mom's spaghetti, and he's nervous. But on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd rose so loud. He opens his mouth, but the words won't come out, and he's choking now. Everybody's choking now, and the clock's run out. Time's up. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes rabbit. He's choked. He's so mad, but he won't give up that easy. No, he won't have it. He knows his hope backs to these ropes. It don't matter, he's dope. He knows that he's broke, he's stagnant. He knows when he goes back to his mobile home, it's back to the lab again. No, this old rhapsody, better go capture this moment and hope it don't pass him. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you want it. Better never let it go. You only get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a life.
Isn't it unbelievable? Her voice is just getting better with age. Oh, it just blows my mind. And you can go see the full version. It's up on YouTube now. It's her performing up at Newcastle. That's her at Newcastle. And now she's released it as well as a single. Like,
so do you have to ask his permission when you go to do it at a concert?
No.
So not at a concert, but now that she's released it, she has to ask?
A lot of bands do play covers at their gigs.
Yeah, heaps. Everyone.
But to release that
to release it as a single, you are right, Steve.
I don't know. I mean, obviously that if there was money to be made off it, that he will obviously get some royalties.
We tried to get Casey in to perform it live, but she's out. She's interstate now as well.
Tommy, get Eminem's feedback on that. What does he think of it?
Well, that's
Yeah.
a very
It's hard to
question.
track
What
down.
does B Rabbit want to say?
Probably a
about
lot easier to get Casey on the show.
So
But
true.
try for him.
Good luck, Tom.
Whether you've been craving the ocean, snow, mountains, or city lights, there are so many possibilities for you and your next trip.
Make up for missed holidays and explore more of Oz with whatif.com.
Jump online or on the What If app.
What if? It's Aussie for travel.
Parking in Sydney is getting worse. We know that. There's a bit of a fight on our street at the moment. Do you know what somebody's done as well? That they're parking in front of a house and they haven't moved the car for ages, and it's been there for a very long time. Instead of leaving notes, someone came with I must admit it was a whiteboard marker, and wrote a message on the white car with the whiteboard marker.
It's a bit
Obviously,
aggressive.
you could wipe that out
On the
afterwards,
windscreen?
but now they're just wiping on the panels. They're writing on the panels.
Jeez, that's a bit cheeky, isn't
Getting
it?
out of control.
I would have thought.
There's a big fight that's happening in the northern beaches as well. It started with one note on a car. It said 52A. Buying a car and a trailer solely to block others from parking at the right of your driveway is inconsiderate. You have a double garage plus an empty car space. This is a public road with a shortage of parking. If everyone acted the same, there would be nowhere to park.
Fair call.
Then someone's come over the top and said, agreed, you tried driving around looking for parking after a long day at work. Then someone else has come in with a post-it note there, said, we agree, it would be great if we all could work together as neighbours to make it easier for everyone to park. Then someone else has written another one they've just drawn a coffee and next to it says, I'm just here for the drama.
Awesome. Do you know, I think in Sydney especially, and I've had some blues at some apartments that I've lived in, and when someone has a cracker where you've actually parked, and I used to park in a spot that was in no one's way, but it wasn't a park. It just wasn't a park. And then this lady had a crack at me, and I said, hey, we need to all work together. We know we have limited spaces. We know there are too many cars, so what does it really matter? You know, we've got to be flexible here. As parking officers do, when I had about 10 centimetres hanging over the edge of the pole.
Still over, mate.
And they booked me for that.
Yeah,
Fine.
that's unkind.
Should have gone to jail. The worst thing is that at the moment, I don't know, I could not imagine coming home from work and then having that stress of going, I don't know if I'm going to get a park, and then you got to park 200 metres from home. That's what we're asking. What is your parking situation around your area? Bianca in Padstow, what's yours, Bianca?
Hi guys, I have a driveway that I can park on, but unfortunately we have next door neighbours that have a driveway right next door to us.
Yeah.
And they don't park on it. They park in front of our house, but their back end of their car is always hanging out over my driveway, and I've actually hit their car a few times.
You can't get into your driveway if they're hanging over the edge.
Yeah, and I can't get out, but sometimes I back out, and I've hit them twice.
Oh, Bianca, why aren't they parking in their driveway and not across it?
Look, there's a bit of a language barrier. We have asked them multiple times, and I don't know if they're just being ignorant to it,
or not
and they're
getting
just
it.
pretending they're not understanding, but they're not understanding what we're asking.
We were talking about quiet quitting yesterday and just trying to be happy in your life. This is not happy. I'm stressed.
God, no.
I'm just stressed thinking about it, Bianca.
Me too.
Let's go to Doris in Greystanes. You got a parking issue at your place, Doris?
Sure have, 50. We live in a cul-de-sac. It's only a little street, and we have neighbours that park vertically along the cul-de-sac, like in the middle of the cul-de-sac. So they've got their front to curb.
Yep.
They're sticking out, and you've got to do like a 3-point turn just to park in your place.
Oh. That
It's so
is
annoying.
just you want to pick up a dozen eggs, don't you, Doris, and go through
Yeah,
them.
every night they do it.
Oh my God! First Doris we've had on the show too.
Driving Miss Doris. Oh, let's
There
go
we
to
go.
Megan now in Casula. What's the parking like at your place, Megan?
Oh, it's terrible. We live near Casula Parklands, and it's closer to people to drive and park all up the streets instead of in the car park of the park. And they'll park across your driveway and park on all the streets and block it all every weekend.
Megan, ever ran your key down another car?
No.
No, you can't. What,
It's too
what,
true, don't
do
do
you
that.
leave a note, Megan? Are you one of those people?
Yeah, we left a note and we just put our bins in front of the cars because they literally just blocked our driveway and we couldn't get in. So left a note and
Furious.
Getting quite a few. If you can get 20 friends over just to pick up a car
You
and
can,
leave
can't
it
you?
somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to do
Roll
that
it
with
over.
teachers.
Yeah, roll it over, or even if you can get your hands on a forklift.
Oh, that's
pick it up with a
probably-
fork, Reverse it out.
Oh, the Bobcat's here.
Stick it in a tree.
Josh in Oakville, what did you get a note on your car for parking?
I was parked out the front of a bloke's house in Kensington on a residential street, and they wrote a note on the back of their own bill, but the bill was for a house that was like 5 houses down the street. So he just must have picked someone else's letter out and then put it on my window.
Oh, there you go, Josh. Interesting choice of paper to write a note on.
It was a bill. Hey, while you're here, can you just play this electricity bill for me as well?
Thanks,
for your
Josh.
crap park.
How frustrating. How did Josh get through, Tom?
Sort of didn't get it.
Well, just they chose someone else's bill from
from another house.
All right. I would have definitely not gone to Josh.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Tom.
The Fitzy and Wippa podcast.
Celebrating this one, Fitz, because it's not often you have a win over the local council. I mean, I say that all the time, mate. I say that all the time. It's hard to get anything past the council, and this yesterday was a huge surprise because the late-night Indian kebab institution that we love, Indian Home Diner on Oxford Street, mate,
Is this Oxford Street, or is it the one
Oxford
on...
Street near Paddo.
There's two. There's one in Neutral
King's
Bay.
Cross? What about the one at King's Cross?
I don't know if that's an Indian Home Diner. This one's the one opposite the service station.
Gotcha, yes. I know where it
Oxford
is.
Street, yeah
near the
notorious
pubs.
for the chicken tikka roll.
Chicken tikka famous for, it says.
Yes.
And the great news is it's been open till 3 a.m. on a Friday and Saturday night.
Well done.
And then the locals started complaining.
Did they?
The locals
that's
started
so
complaining.
unfriendly.
Too much noise.
Well,
you're bringing in the riffraff.
I would say, and we know how good chicken tikka rolls are.
Oh, my God, at that time of the morning.
In your stomach.
Yep.
But I would dare say there would have been a few brought up out of stomachs.
Yes.
In the local area.
And then if you have one, and then the next morning, I tell you what, you can sometimes regret that chicken tikka.
You know what? It would be tough if you're a local resident and you get up early on your Sunday mornings to take the dog for a walk.
Yep. And the next thing you know, your dog's having a bit of a sniff around. The council shut them down. They said, you can only work till midnight. That's it. And we are going to fine you $6,000 for every night you open past midnight.
See, this is the thing. COVID's made that area unfriendly because the Unicorn 2 doors down, when it wasn't called the Unicorn,
my God,
used to do a barbecue out the front. And so you'd roll out of there at 2 or 3 a.m. and grab yourself a sausage sandwich on the way to the chicken tikka roll.
And then drop then you'd always jump the fence to the army barracks and you'd have a gun pointed at your
What do you
head.
mean? One of the highlights too, if it's really late, if you can get there at 3 a.m, right, and rip into one of these, and maybe you've got a long walk home, by sort of 4 o'clock, the bakeries are starting to open. Or you can at least bang on the door and the bloke out the back will see you and might help you out with a croissant and a couple of loaves.
Do you know what I wanted to do on this show, Tommy? And I sent you an email last night. I want to get the best perks and freebies that you get from companies.
Right.
Like, bakeries and stuff like that.
Yep.
If we can assemble a list of just, at 5 o'clock we shut.
Shocker
At
dockets.
4:45, if you get in, you can grab 5 beef and mushroom pies for $2.
Oh, you'll get a half price chook.
That's all the freebies.
Yep.
And the perks that I want to hear around Sydney.
All right, Tommy, make a list of that.
Yeah, let's do it tomorrow.
And there'll be a rush
well done,
on
Tom.
the last 5 minutes of closing time for everybody. All right, we'll get that list to you and help you out.
The Fitzy and Wippa podcast.
Lights, camera, clarity.
Ooh, Sarah.
The top trending stories in entertainment. Britney Spears jumped on social media this morning and put up a picture from inside a Santa Monica church with a caption saying, "This was where I wanted to get married, but they were going to make me convert to Catholicism, so I couldn't." Anyway, the church has blasted her back and said, "You did not even give us a call, and we would not have done that."
Oh, Paris.
She shouldn't have put a picture up, that's for sure.
You don't need to be Catholic to get married in a Catholic church.
You don't, and that's the thing. She's saying this church. I think generally you don't need to be Catholic, but you have to do certain things
Right, you
and
have
attend
to
the
give to
church.
the
You have to be a member of
recognise.
You have to
of
have
the
a Manly
congregation.
Pride jersey as well.
Right,
I
okay,
think.
I see. It's getting complicated.
Also on Britney, remember we found out she's doing this song with Elton John. They're doing the remix version of Tiny Dancer, I guess you call it. We didn't have any audio to play for you because apparently no one had heard it and they're just working on it. But this is not the case because Paris Hilton, one of her dear friends, was DJing at a music festival overnight and she reckons that she's heard it.
your friend Brittany, she's coming up with her first single with Elton.
I know, it's going to be iconic. I just heard it a couple days ago in Ibiza, and it is...
It's awesome.
It's
okay, thank
insane.
you. Thank you so much for your time.
I mean, reports were they hadn't really started working on it, but that's...
How quickly he wraps it up too. I've got to go and get this headline.
It's got to be iconic.
Yeah, I know. She's so full of words, isn't she? Jason Momoa, Aquaman, has saved the day during a Hawaiian Airlines flight. Well, hold up. He's jumped up and started handing out water bottles and pushing the cart because obviously they were understaffed. Flight attendants,
Classic
the whole bit.
Momoa.
Jason Momoa. I mean, at a time when Hollywood's getting slammed for private jets,
Yep.
when you're actually on a commercial flight and you're working when you're supposed to be a passenger.
He wouldn't have been in economy. There's no way that guy would fit in
was.
economy, says. He's too big.
Well, I don't know that all of their flights have business.
Right,
Seth
okay.
World's most eligible bachelor.
I don't know that he's single fits. But he seems
broke
like
up
a
with
nice
his
guy.
wife, didn't he?
He did, but he's allegedly dating someone.
What about him and Emily Ratajkowski? I'm throwing it out there, guys.
Why?
Just pairing up newly single people.
Okay.
Can you imagine if, rest in peace, Shane Warne was still alive and heard the news that Emily Ratajkowski was single? He used to do all this great work.
He would have slid into those
Oh
DMs
my
very
God, he would have been all over it.
Finally, guys, Robbie Williams has revealed that doctors will no longer engage in conversations with him around hair transplants. It's all over. He's just too far gone.
As it's happening, it's getting thinner and thinner. Nobody will give me a thatch job because they say that my hair is too thin. I'm just going to have to embrace what is happening. Ladies and gentlemen, in real time, Robbie Williams losing his hair.
Oh, yeah, well done. Welcome to the club. That first day that you embrace is the greatest day ever.
You saw how far gone Wayne Rooney was, and he managed to thatch it.
Has
Didn't
he got a head full of hair
Oh
now?
my God!
Did he go
Have a
to
look at what
Dubai?
he used to be to what he is now. Wow. It's extraordinary.
What's the name of the love triangle there? Wagatha Christie. Wagatha Christie.
You're listening to the Fitzy and Wippa podcast.
We like the Life Improver. How good's the Life Improver? Oh yeah, the Life Improver. Your life improver!
We're going to improve your life by giving you some Bruno Mars tickets if you have the best life hack this morning. Anna in Gregory Hills, give us a life hack, Anna.
Hi, guys. Okay, my one is a Christmas hack, a Christmas and a saving one.
Yep.
So what I do is when the kids were younger, I used to buy a bag of coal for Christmas, and then when the poor kids used to open it up, they used to cry, and I'd say, oh, no, I can't believe Santa got you a bag of coal for Christmas. But then I'd say to them, don't worry, Mummy will make it all better. And the next day, I'd go buy all the toys on special half price, so that way you save money, and then you just feel like the best mum ever.
and you've blamed it on Santa Claus, yeah?
Anna.
And you blamed it on Santa.
Just,
You saved a lot of money.
It's just
my
a
God.
forlorn day on Christmas Day. It's really hard. The kids are crying all day. They're down. But then the next day, you're the best parent on earth.
I know. Isn't that great?
Selfish, Anna, but great.
Well done.
Well
and
done.
you get the cheaper prices. Rochelle in Marsden Park. Give us a life hack, Rochelle.
Hey guys, so last week you had someone call up about the cream in the cocktail shaker.
Yep.
I've got a bit of a DIY solution for you at home that everyone should have at home. You get a drill, tape a spoon to it, got your own blender.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I do it at Christmas all the time to have Pavlova cream.
I've done that a couple of times. Although sometimes you need to chop the wide a bit off the end of the spoon with a hacksaw so you can fit it in the end of your drill.
Nah, it should be all right. Just use like a teaspoon. It should be
Funny.
fine.
But do you gaffer tape it on? Is that
No, you tighten it in the drill bit.
What, a
Oh,
spoon?
you mean
Stick
put
the
it in
spoon,
place of?
not the wide end. That's the bit that mixes.
Right.
You put the other end in the drill, like where you'd put your drill bit.
That's pretty cool.
That's genius, Rochelle.
Done. All right, Emma in Allenby Heights. What's your life hack?
Oh, good morning. So mine is if you're looking for a new property and you're searching around, everyone's doing, their development reports and things like that. What I'd recommend is to jump on the phone, jump on FaceTime and check the reception and the Wi-Fi abilities, because where I live in like a black hole at the moment and I'm struggling all the time for reception. So it's a first world problem for me. So that would be my life hack recommendation for anyone that's house hunting.
It is a good idea because there are plenty of suburbs who struggle to get Wi-Fi.
We do. And the other one they talk about too is go past that property at night time and just sit in your car and listen. Are there heaps of dogs in the neighbourhood? What else is going on?
It's not bad.
Yeah, suss it out. Really sniff it.
All right, Logan in Mona Vale. Improve our life, Logan.
So if you've got one of those like AirPods, right, and they're all dirty, and you're like, oh, I can't really hear it too well. What you can do is you can get your toothbrush, and you wet it, and then you like clean it with a cloth, make it damp, and you brush the top speaker, and you get all the dirt out of it. And there should be 2 speakers, and once you get all the dirt out of it, you put your mouth on it and you blow kind of like hard. And if you can feel air coming out of the other speaker, they're completely clean and they're back to their brand new state. So you don't have to buy any new ones.
See, wax on your AirPods can be really, I don't know. I think there's instruments you can buy now to clean them. But there you go. I don't know
ugly,
if I don't know if I put my lips over my AirPods.
Well, I don't know if you want to put your toothbrush on your AirPods either.
Yeah. Well,
Because then you go and do your teeth.
It's a spare one, mate.
Then you've got wax on your toothbrush. And oh, man, I'm eating my own ear.
Alana in Dulwich Hill, life hack.
Yes, okay. So mine is a little bit cheeky, but if you want to go on a high-end experience like a skydive or a seaplane adventure and you don't want to pay for it,
Yeah, that's me.
update your Tinder profile with a fun fact that says, I've never been skydiving.
Wow.
Wait for the dates to roll in and you don't have to pay for it.
That's good. That's a game changer.
Really good.
So once you've done the skydiving, you then go, oh, man, I've never been to Fiji and I would love to go to Fiji.
That's another step on it.
First class.
Yeah, I'd love to go skydiving to Fiji.
Yeah.
That's not bad. You could even just do favourite restaurant is always dreamed of going there.
Neil Perry sounds like an amazing chef. I'd love to try one of his steaks.
My God, I hear Chiswick's impossible to get into. Could you make my dream come true?
Sarah, this is a
What do you wanna
massive
do?
decision
It
by you
is.
because we have got Bruno Mars tickets to give away for the best caller.
Do you know what I really liked? And don't tell me off Fitzy afterwards. I really liked Rochelle in Marsden Park with the spoon in the drill. I thought that was very clever.
Oh, Sarah. Well done, Rochelle. You're going to see Bruno Mars.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Well
Thank you very
done.
much.
You're listening to the Fitzy and Wippa podcast.
Can I see a show of hands in the studio of who's on TikTok? 1, 2, Mac, are you in? Tom's on TikTok. Sarah, you're on TikTok.
I don't go on
Sarah,
it.
you
I
got
have an
me onto
account, but
TikTok.
I did. Yeah, I know. And then when you got into it, I thought, no, it's not cool anymore.
Oh, cool.
No, well,
So I ruined it, did I?
You ruined
I'm on the other TikTok.
What's that?
Instagram.
Okay, sure. Do you know
Which
what?
they're just basically ripping off TikTok at the moment. Do yourself a favour, Instagram. You were there first and we loved you for a reason. Don't ruin
Yeah,
it.
be who you are. Know who you are, and don't go changing
Hey,
because we love you for what you
We've
are.
always said be yourself.
Be yourself, mate. You know?
Don't try to be somebody else.
Hey, what's your name? Instagram. Well, how well do you know them? Be them. You know what's interesting? My wife thought, I might join TikTok. She really wants to do the Lizzo dance. In a minute, I'm going to need a sentimental. 2 shots in my... I went, honey, it's so gone. That was like 3 months ago people were doing
Why don't you do
Don't
some
worry.
planking
And
while
then
you're there, Lisa?
Ice bucket challenge. And then I said to her, don't join TikTok because I don't want you to get caught up in the world that I'm in. And you know what? I lie in bed and I'll be going, look at the time. I reckon I've got 15 minutes of TikTok in this. And you very quickly, you're lying on your pillow and you're looking at TikTok. And that's the end of your night. Anyway, this bloke who's on the talk, he said, and he's quite surprised by this, you can go into the insights for your page based on what your interests are, and then it will tell you about who you are. He's gone in and because of his interests, the profile it's created of him, and his name's Mike, is that he is a 35-year-old American Asian woman. So they can give you
Based
the
on
detail
what he watches, you
based on his interests.
So what are his interests?
Well, that's the thing. I'm trying to work out exactly what it was, but it's to do with a lot of... He's a single dad, this guy, Mike.
Is it BTS? Does he watch?
He must watch a bit of
K-pop
BTS.
or-
He watches, racial chats, I believe. He gets served content of women's lingerie. All these sorts of things, which you would have thought would have been man.
He's a sicko, is he?
Male. No, he's not a sicko, but it's more in the case of why don't you try out these underpants?
So have you looked up yours?
No, I haven't, Says. I don't know how to get there, and I would be far too nervous to do that on air.
Do they do your profile? And this is all. I mean, this is the software that they use, don't they?
Yeah, when
To
they're
make a
profiling you.
Is that from your conversations that you have around your phone as well? Do they get them?
I don't think so. I don't think that happens. But it's just more, hang on a minute, you watch that video for 1 second more. So the algorithm will determine your interests, and it'll continue to serve you more of that style of content.
Has this got anything to do with the 5G that's been injected into us with the
Yes,
COVID
when you were
vaccine?
microchipped with your fourth shot. How many chips are in me now?
Oh, man.
Tommy,
they
I mean-
know everything about me. I got my fourth booster.
Oh, no. Tommy, you don't need an algorithm. You just need the general public to confuse your gender. I mean,
Yeah.
that has happened a few times, hasn't it?
Yeah, I
13, 24, 10 if you get confused for the opposite sex.
Yeah, please make me feel better. There's been a couple of times of recent memory. There was when my wife and I were shopping in Seed. You guys know this story. And we were in amongst the clothes and with our backs to the sales assistant. And then the sales assistant came up behind my wife and I and said, "Can I help you two ladies?"
Awesome.
Like she even said, "You two ladies."
Yeah.
Like there was no...
Yeah.
it
Tommy,
wasn't
did you...
even-
She may have thought that you were Inga's mum.
Well,
Tom said, "Yes, please. Have you got an XL in this?"
What about the toilet? What was the toilet
and
one?
The toilet one, you know, when you go to a cafe and
Yeah.
there's the toilet that's sort of separate to the cafe, and there was, I asked for the key to the toilet, and there was a blue key for the men's and a pink key for the women's.
Awesome.
And then she said, she wandered off and came back and handed me the pink key and said, "There you go, honey." And I was like,
"Oh, honey."
What did you say?
You've got a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, that's what I said. But from maybe, I don't know.
Guys, I've got a penis.
So, well, I didn't say
whoa.
that. I
It
mean,
was more the beard, but that's okay.
yeah, but then and then I went to use I thought, I have to use the ladies, so I went to the ladies' toilet, and
This is horrible.
And then as I was coming out of there, big bang on the door, and there was a woman waiting to come in. So she just thought,
And did you go, "Sorry about that"?
sorry about
left it as clean as possible.
Sorry about my beard, but but anyway, that's just a word of warning. If you are a man who looks like a woman, just I'm with you.
I look like a woman. Tommy, that's beautiful that you shared.
Yeah,
and you've got the
thanks.
strength to share those confronting stories.
Thanks for the opportunity to share.
Thank you once again for sharing, Tom. It's just awesome.
You're listening to the Fitzy and Wippa podcast.
There is a large box in the room.
Collect from Ed Sheeran.
It is a giant member. We are touring Ed Sheeran's giant green and gold member around Sydney.
I've got my 27th birthday. We've got a golf day going on. That would be a crowd pleaser.
The family gets together and the boys make some homemade Italian salami, so we'd love your big salami to attend our salami making session.
The big salami is sorted. Don't worry about that. How's this? Tracksuits are ready to go. The bus is ready to go. The box is ready to go. Security is sorted. Big Moe is going to be on our side in black, earpiece in, making sure nobody tries to get their hands all over this.
Work, or is he
No,
just
it's just a
using
look
it?
good, just
Yeah,
a
fair
sort
enough.
of look good.
Has
He's
he
gonna
got
be-
a gun, Tom?
Yeah, he does. He's got
No,
a,
he doesn't.
Tom, we need to be armed for this. He's going to be talking to his wrist a lot.
Can we get him a fake gun?
Yeah.
Well, that wouldn't
that's
go
an
down
awesome-
well if
yeah,
he gets shot by police, though.
Oh, sorry, Moe.
Maybe a water pistol.
Thanks for helping out as we tour Ed's private member.
Guys, I can't breathe. Hey, Moe, great to have you, but we've got to go to the salami joint.
He's bleeding out. Don't worry about it. One thing that has been a bit of a concern, guys, and I brought in my scales this morning, is to actually weigh these members. We don't know how much they actually weigh. Scotty Cam thought about 18 kilos earlier. We have two of these, mind you. I will lift it onto the scales right now.
I mean, this is massive radio right here.
get your bets in.
Do we want to guess?
Get your bets in.
They're definitely more than 18 kilos.
Do you think, though? I think Scotty's kind of on the money. Maybe 20 kilos?
I'm saying
20.
I'm going to say 30 kilos.
Yeah, I'll go 35.
What do you
35?
37.
Whipley's holding it with two hands.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, you can give us an answer, mate.
23 kilos of
23,
Sarah.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, Sarah. Well done, 20.
Okay,
So
that is awesome.
That's a huge announcement there. They weigh 23 kilos.
Sydney, the wait is over. You
well done.
You now know what they weigh, which is crucial. We can't get to every party that's registered that they want us to turn up. And Tommy, I take my hat off, buddy. Everybody we visit tomorrow not only gets to see the member, they get tickets to Ed Sheeran.
Oh, isn't that the best?
Well done, you wild colonial kid.
What?
Ben in Gladesville, hello.
Hey, how you going?
Benny, last minute event suggestion for tomorrow.
Yeah, look, so me and the boys are just going to the pub. We just want to have a beer with you and the member.
Yeah, mate, that's all I'm keen for, Ben. Just a couple of beers.
About
in a
8
pub.
hours.
Hey, get a photo. See ya. We're out of there. Benny, you're on. What pub? What's your local?
It's not really the local, but we're going to the Paddo RSL.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay. All right. Tommy,
RSL.
could we squeeze a member in?
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to be
All right,
there.
Benny, we'll come and have a frothy with you tomorrow.
Easy, boys, easy.
See you, mate.
Let's go to Penrith now. Michelle, what event do you have on tomorrow?
Hi, we'll be celebrating our work colleagues' 10-year work anniversary lunch tomorrow.
Wow. Decade member of the decade.
What are you doing? A bit of a lunch at Penrith Panthers and then some aqua golf, or what are you doing, Michelle?
So we thought we'd actually go to the new and improved log cabin, and we thought it would be a great fitting to bring the Big D, because I'm sure we've all worked with a few
Big D's.
over the years.
Big D energy.
Hey, that's where Scotty Cam met his beautiful wife Anne with the log cabin. There you go.
One more log. Tommy, can we squeeze that in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on.
See you in Penrith, Michelle.
All right, Mish.
Awesome.
See you tomorrow in all our glory.
Do we need to upgrade? There's a lot of Ks being covered here on a Friday afternoon.
I haven't thought about that.
Switch to a chopper.
Oh,
Jeez.
Do we need to up it to a
Whip
chopper?
loves choppers.
If we could paint the chopper green and gold and almost look like
And we could hang it off the bottom
If it
as
looked-
we went
Oh,
around.
it sort of
Could end up
not
like
dangerous.
Apocalypse Now there with whips waiting to get picked up.
okay.
All right, the member tour did not end too well, guys.
Troy, hello.
Morning, boys. How are we?
Yeah, good buddy. What did you want to say about the weight of the member?
Well, you might remember last year I set a couple of Guinness World Records with the strongman feats of strength I've been doing with the fundraising.
That's right.
And I just wanted to say, I just want you boys to be careful tomorrow because that's big weight. I don't want anyone to get hurt. So I think you really need to make sure stretch beforehand and make sure you're lifting with the legs, not just the back.
Yep.
And take it in turns so you don't overexert yourself. I don't want any injuries.
So true.
It's heavy, and I don't want you to do any damage to yourselves.
Well done, Troy.
Have you any? What's your finest strongman type work, Troy?
Oh, you know what? I think last week could be it. I pulled a train down in Victoria, which was good fun.
Wow.
But you know what we could do?
Yeah.
I don't know if you boys have got time tomorrow morning before you hit the road, but I reckon I could lift that member with my teeth.
What do you mean?
Oh,
With your mouth? Tony.
Yeah,
Troy.
I reckon I could tie a little bit of rope around it and lift it up.
Oh my gosh, how strong are your teeth?
24
Your corned beef.
24 kilos, though, Troy.
Yeah, I reckon we can do it.
That'd be
If
the
you've got time.
first member you've lifted with your teeth?
It'd definitely be the heaviest member I've had in my mouth. Yes,
Well, there you go.
That's all they wanted. Was that. Well done.
Go on and on.
Yep.
Tommy, can we
Can we what?
No.
Can we?
Oh, don't
Can
pretend
we
you're a
Don't have
doctor.
time.
can we get Troy tomorrow just to lift it like Mr. Lifto? With his
Well,
teeth.
if
That's a
he
great
actually-
effort.
yeah, if
It's
you-
got nothing to do with what we're doing, but
No.
it makes a bit of sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, well,
I'd rather wait again.
Tom, get him in to swing it with his mouth.
Troy, we'll see you this time tomorrow for you to lift it with your teeth. Good on
There
you.
we go.
Good on you, Troy.
Good on you, Troy.
Good on you, buddy. Your mum will be proud.